is an instance, a moment where we declare that, oh, vast energy, take my petty ego away, and I declare myself to be entirety of lower potential. So I am making an ahvan to the higher potential to connect to me, and I'll be benefited because as per physics, energy moves from higher potential to lower potential, but you will be energetic only when you have to declare that you are a person of lower potential. But what is the bane and obstacle? Our petty ego is the obstacle. So I also sometimes describe egoistic person is one who is antithesis of intelligent person. I'm not using the word stupid person here because I'm a civilized person, bit courteous. An egoistic person is one who is antithesis of intelligent person. You understand? Take it to any extent. So the first pronunciation Om has so much of meaning, and entire Mandukya Upanishad and Pranavopanishad, so many Upanishads are only devoted to Om. There are many Upanishads, its major part is devoted to Om. That is a different subject matter, and I am not the right person. Fine. So this is Om. Sahna Bhavatu. Why I claimed 90% more than that is covered, human dimension of management in these two lines. Sahna Bhavatu. As I said, Sanskrit is high density language, so English will need longer sentence to describe a smaller word of Sanskrit. And Sahana Bhavatu basically means that let we all come together. Actually, it is in Dvivachan, but I am taking it to Bahuvachan because it is so many persons we are here. So, Sahana Bhavatu means let we all come together and let we all put our efforts together. Sahana Bhavatu, Sahnau Bhunaktu. Bhunaktu word comes from the Sanskrit root word Bhunjitha. Bhunjitha means to eat. We eat food. One day my wife had observed fast. And I was living in the campus, so I went for lunch to my home. And then I asked my wife, have you broken your fast? She said, no, I'm on fast. I'm not taking water also. And tomorrow morning I'll take something. One day she says at the time of lunch. But I said, no, you are not on fast. You were eating. Huh? How I was eating? I said, TV was on and you were eating the soap opera through your eyes. Because English eating means actually going to any place of eating place, cafeteria, either lunch or dinner. It is eating in English. And English eating, it's, let us say, elevated translation in Sanskrit is Bhunjitha, but Bhunjitha means eating from any sense organ. You are watching, you are eating, you are listening, you are eating, you are touching, you are eating, you are smelling, you are eating, you are tasting, you are eating. So then my wife said, is it so? I said, yes, you are enjoying soap opera. And you are eating through your eyes, and that is obstacle in your getting innerly connected to the purpose for which you have observed the fast. But I was very alert. I was in jolly mood. If I say seriously, I will get the bang. In home, I am very cautious. So, Sahana Bhunaktu. Once we come together, put our efforts together, get some fruits. So, Sahana Bhunaktu means let me enjoy the fruits together. It talks about equity, proper compensation, external equity, internal equity, motivational theory of equity, Adam's theory of equity. सब उसमें आ गया कि जो भी फल मिले हम लोग सब मिल बांट करके खाएं. लेकिन मिल बांट करके उसका भी एक तरीका है. It has to be proportional. We can't say to unproductive employee, you are a creature of God, so I love you. In organization, we can't say an unproductive employee, half truth and half non-truth, that you are creature of God. It is truth. So I love you, whether you are productive or not. ये नहीं चलेगा organization में. We have to pretend to be giving equally proportionally. So, as far as my understanding is concerned from, let us say, ancient wisdom given by scriptures, that equality does not mean absolute equality. Equality means proportional equality. A student has written so nicely all the answers. I'll give 90 out of 100. A student is fumbling writing. I'll give 40. A student has not written anything useful. I'll give 10% marks. But then you may say you are a professor. For you, all students are equal. Why you are giving 90 to 1 and 110 to 1? Then I may reply that while evaluating professors should remember that there are three types of lenses: convex, concave, and plane. And while evaluating, a professor has to be a plane mirror. Plane mirror. And professors neither give marks nor deduct. I'll tell you some psychology of professors. With permission of professors, I'm actually making trade secret open to our students. So please bear with me. Dear students, professors neither give marks nor deduct marks. You get marks or you cut your own marks. Wow. This is first secret. Second secret, any professor enjoys giving more marks. Right. But it is you are the obstacle who keep reducing such joy being derived by professors. Don't be obstacle on the path of professor enjoying giving marks. But ultimately, professor has to be a plane mirror. He or she cannot play like concave mirror. Chota ko bada dikha diya, convex mirror, bada ko chota dikha diya. No. Sometimes I evaluate answer sheet. Answer is of average quality. And sometimes I feel like, because in our system, you know that it is not coded, name is there of the student. Then I turn the first page, kiska hai ye answer? Average answer. Arey, iska hai. This boy or this girl is so brilliant and raises golden questions in the classroom, comes prepared every time, and he or she has written like this. Now, is it a dilemma? How much marks to be given? No. Because by looking at the name, I know the entire background. This is fairly a very good student. But you will get the marks on that answer sheet based on the quality of answer given in that answer sheet. This is proportional equality. Wow. Sahanav Bhunaktu, entire equity-based compensation, incentive, benefit, all are taken care by this small sutra. Sahanav Bhunaktu, Sahviryam karva bhai. Let we all strengthen one another. Let us not make each other debilitated. Sahviryam means energy. Energy has been found to be second most important leadership quality for top level leaders in corporate context. Energy, humility, energy. Energy is very much needed. At young age, you may feel, kya energy ki baat karte hain? But yes, after 55 or so, when you are at the top of your career, let us say, energy has to be maintained so that you take so many calls for larger purpose. So, Sahaviryam karvavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu. This is also part of the logo of IIM Bangalore. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Let we all get illumined together. Not that I should be illumined and you should grope in darkness. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma, not ma. Chandrabindu nahi, bindi nahi. Sirf ma akar. Ma in Sanskrit means less not. थोड़ी सी apprehension के साथ कहीं ऐसा ना हो जाए. Ma vidvishavahe. Let there be no animosity amongst we all. Because certain kind of animosity, certain kind of comparison, certain kind of jealousy, perhaps Upanishad authors, they thought it may be natural because as water goes to the lower level, so our Chetana many times loves going to lower level because it feels comfortable there. That's why the Rishi is making you alert that badi baatein kar liya, tejasvinavadhitamastu, सहवीर्यम करवावहै. लेकिन ये भूला नहीं ऋषि, भूले नहीं कि अभी भी वो चेतना नीचे जा सकती है. उन्होंने चेताया और कहा कि मा विद्विषावहै, let there be no animosity. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Oh cosmic force, let there be peace at three levels. Physical level, we all should be physically healthy. Mental level, we should be mentally sound. And spiritual level, also at that level we should be healthy. But what is the meaning of being healthy at a spiritual level? There can be 1008 interpretations of a spiritually healthy person. 1008. But I'm just giving you a hint. A spiritually healthy or unhealthy person, how one can be identified by certain kind of, let us say, observation or so. A spiritually evolved person, his or her world is larger. वो बड़ी दुनिया में जीता है. Who is spiritually evolved person? And one who is not spiritually evolved, छोटी दुनिया में जीता है. his or her world is too narrow. So one who is not spiritually evolved, his or her world rotates around 4 words. I, my, me, mine. मैं, मेरा, मुझ, मुझको. बस. And what is the sign of a spiritually evolved person? The difference between mine and thine starts getting disappearing slowly. And I look at you, so-called you, because language is invented by a human being, so language has a lot of limitations. So one expert of communication skills has said that language is a defective vehicle of communication. And whatever perfection you may have in language, still you can't fully communicate all your feelings or so. And deeper is the feeling, more difficult it to get captured by language.
Very true.
So I treat you as extension of so-called myself. And so-called myself is extension of so-called yourself. So you and me, that divide which divides, starts getting cracked. And then we find we were all different tips of the same iceberg, but beneath the water level, the iceberg was connected. It was one iceberg. We thought there are 800 crore people on this earth, let us say.